out of work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, other people,
Relatives.
welcome to our first episode of 2023. As always, I'm Ahsoka the Geek. Next, we have Mr. Rob D. Toys. Rob, say hello to your adoring fans.
What's
of
up,
course,
guys?
The man, the myth, the legend, in mid-pour, finished his pour, now about to sip.
The man,
Brad,
the myth, the alcoholic.
The alcoholic, Brad, the DC Universe Geek. That would be a great New Year's resolution. I'm becoming an alcoholic. I'm gonna gain 50 pounds.
No,
you know what I mean?
That was last year's resolution, and I did very well at it. Well, it was actually 3 years ago. This is what I'm drinking tonight. This is some fantastic. My wife got it.
Hope Town.
Hope Town Wine Co.
Dude, I like that. Is that wine or is it a whiskey? What do we got there?
It's a wine. Yeah, it's a wine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an Ontario 2020, which is not that old, but it's a nice Pinot Grigio Rose. I like Pinot Grigio and Rose wine.
You're such a drinker, Brad.
Wow.
Of things.
That's the nicest way that anyone's ever called me an alcoholic before.
Connoisseur. Connoisseur. That's what I was trying to say. That's a better word.
Cheers to you. What do you guys got there? What's going on?
I got my cognac. This is my favorite decanter right here. The cognac.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
Nice.
Decanter.
Rob, what do you got, sir?
I got sweet tea.
Good old sweet tea.
I love
only alcoholics are allowed on this podcast.
Exactly. Rob, say hello to the folks in the chat for us, Rob. We got a few.
Hello, my peeps.
We need music.
No, pick out some names. Pick out some.
Pick out some names.
Jesus, yes.
Sorry, I didn't follow. Honor Guard DC. Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
Ham Bone. I like that name. That's kind of cool.
There he is.
Brent. I'm not good with names. The artist S.H. Shark.
Hey, you're okay, dude. Hey, look, my birthday is next week. Can I get a wish? Of course. Happy birthday, the artist Shark.
What would you like?
Yeah.
I am the genie of the.
Oh, you want I thought just like
foods.
Birthday wishes. I didn't think like.
I know.
You know.
We give a wish. Rub your booze bottle at home and make a wish into it.
Brett said hi to the two other guys. I fucking love that. Rob and me are the two other guys.
No.
Yeah.
And I am totally cool with that, dude. I am so cool with that.
You guys aren't just other guys. It's because, listen, here's what it is. I'm
awesome. You guys are the other guys.
No, that's not what I'm going to say. Jesus, Murphy. No. We all have like people that like we've made content for, right? We've connected with, and this is a place where people that have watched me and you guys are all together, right? So people are still getting to know the other presenters. Like, I'm sure that you guys have people that look at your videos, in your case, Ahsoka, and your imagery, in your case, Mr. D, and they're like, hey, cool, who's this Brad guy? Someone new.
My mom, sometimes Rob's mom, if she supportive.
You're really?
No, I'm just kidding.
That's actually sweet.
Okay. Hambone is Mr. Chris.
Oh, we got to get Hambone then on the show.
We need to get Hambone on the show too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
please.
Should I preface this?
Preface it.
Okay, so last time I said, hey, we need to help everybody out, mainly me, to get eradicators, and so we had a fellow step up from Vegas, Mr. Rob, who sent me the first eradicator, which I posted. Then I wanted a second eradicator for customizing to do the original. So Chris sent me, and he's also sending actually it's on your way, Brad, the eradicator for Brad as well. And then Brad is sending him the Hush Superman, so it's an even trade. Yeah. Also, before I forget, Pack Photos, who is my homie, sent me Superpowers, the new Wonder Woman and Deathstroke. So that's going to hopefully be here tomorrow.
I would like to say I'm jetty, but I'm not. Like, I'm totally stoked that you're managing to get your hands on them. And
I can't believe you were selfishly using this live stream to acquire action figures, Rob.
Well, hey, to be fair, I have helped Brad out. I've helped you out. You've helped me out.
That's
plenty
the thing.
of times.
It's supposed to
So
be.
thank you,
helping.
Ahsoka, for the Batwing.
I will take that. Collectors helping collectors, guys.
Yeah, that's what this is about. There's actually like a hashtag, I think, on Twitter or something. Have you guys seen this? It's like collectors helping collectors or something like that. And people post pictures like, hey, do you need this? And then somebody says, yes, I do. And then they'll pick it up and then ship it to that person for, at cost.
The number one thing you can do to help collectors is leave it on the shelf, though.
Ooh,
wait a minute. That came out wrong. Yes, send your friends things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about, when you buy, like, I love army building, but I'll buy like 2. So it's not really army building. It's like duo building. And I'm not knocking army builders who want to build an army of Cobra Vipers or whatever, or Parademons. That's totally cool. But if you also want to help your fellow collectors who are into what you're into, you just leave some there. You don't put your arm behind them and clear the whole peg out and go, mine. I got them all. I get a lot of the same figure, but I go to different locations.
It is a sticky wicket, as they say in cricket.
Yeah.
Because if you do buy it for your friends and you don't leave stuff on the shelves, you are not scalping.
No.
Right. We're also the regional stockpile is getting diminished, and we're now like, I guess in theory it would work for like people who have other people to send them shit. For the poor guy who doesn't have anyone to send them shit,
Darn it. No, I got nothing.
Yeah,
but,
see, like
I don't
for Brad,
feel like there's a moral dilemma with that. Like if you're actually buying to help someone, no moral dilemma at all. That's just a matter of like they need to stock better too, right?
I agree. You're right.
Because Hasbro and Mattel, they've all been horrible at stocking, terrible at stocking, at least here in Canada.
Yeah, with Canada, I mean, you're like one of the last people to get anything, at least on the North America.
Yeah,
and then
not always.
I'm also on the East Coast, so I'm one of the last as well. So
because it travels to the West.
When we can get guys from the West to help us, that is all the
jump on it.
And I did see someone mention, sorry, Ahsoka, about the vampire Batman. It just reminded me of something. That vampire Batman has a brown belt.
Yeah.
But so I saw someone take the belt off of that one to put onto the black Hush Superman or
Hush Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a guy. I follow him on Instagram. He does a lot of kit bashes and stuff like that. A lot of custom kit bashes and stuff like that. Like he's got his recent one is a Batman and a Superman. And it's the Batman with the brown belt, and then he's got
the brown belt does look nice.
It looks like it should. It looks perfect, actually.
Yeah. This Grail is flat. I'm sorry.
But yes, I definitely need vampire bats.
See, like for me,
lower your sperm count.
I don't collect 2 of everything. I only collect 2 of the things that I want to customize. So,
if there's something that I really like most things, I just get one, just one. If there's something that I really actually like, and I'm like, okay, I want to get a second one just in case something stupid happens, like a dog chews it, or I don't know, something dumb happens, and then like maybe 3 years from now, I take it out and I'm messing with it, and the leg snaps off. I'm like, so I like to have an extra one just for that. So that stays in box. And if I really like the figure and I want to customize it, then I'll buy as many as I can, but from all over the place. It's like, oh, there's one online at that retailer, one at that retailer, one local, and then I'll watch my GameStop. If there's one that I like and I'm just watching, I'll watch it for a week. And if it doesn't sell, I'm like, okay, and I'll go back in and I'll grab it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I do things. But I'm typically just a one figure person as well.
Yeah, I don't do any kit bashing or any. So speaking of Rob Who Laughs, the guy who got Rob D Toys, his Eradicator, we're gonna bring him on the show. As promised, anyone who helps us selfishly get an action figure, we will use our limited power of this live stream and feature you in a little segment. So here he comes, Mr. Rob Who Laughs. There he is.
Hey. What is up, sir?
Rob Who Laughs. There he is.
How's it going?
Not bad. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just got off work.
What's your time zone where you are?
Pacific.
Okay. So I'm Eastern. Okay, so we're on different time zones. Okay, because I'm thinking it's 9:12 here. Hope you didn't get off that late.
Look, Rob, you actually have a banner the Rob Who Laughs right there. Did you ever
Oh,
imagine one day
Ta-da!
you'd be on a small little live stream with your name, highlighted?
never.
Look at you, sir. Now, first of all, thank you for helping out Mr. Rob D Toys with the
Yes, thank
Eradicator.
you
You know,
very much.
much appreciated.
He was super
Very
thankful.
welcome.
Now, first of all, I know you're, let's call it in the Nevada area is where you're at. Tell us about the Nevada toy collecting scene. Is it easy to get stuff? Do you have a lot of stores you can go to? What's it like for you to get stuff?
It's a mixed bag. It's like Rob said, Walmart is the worst.
Yeah.
And I just happened in. I was at my comic shop, and a day or two previous, people were posting, "Hey, Eradicator's showing up." So there's a Walmart in the shopping center. So I popped in, and there two were.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just got
Lucky.
total luck of the draw. I try to do most of my
Yeah.
shopping local at like a comic shop or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not a whole lot of competition there, but if it's an exclusive, even non-exclusive like Bain, can't find them.
I've
You
never
haven't
seen
seen
him
them at all,
before,
eh?
ever.
No, I haven't
Never.
seen them at all yet.
Do you guys have GameStop near you?
You
We do have GameStop, but never saw a Bain there.
Ours is like for being in Canada, ours is pretty well stocked. Like we get all like most of the stuff you folks get in the States, but usually later. And even up to 2 months later. Like I remember we didn't see the Endless Winter Wave for like 2, maybe 3 months at GameStop, but they get a lot and they order a lot. And actually she knows that I buy a lot too now. So she orders them all. So yeah, we did see Bain. That's why I suggested maybe check GameStop, but you guys didn't see him there either, eh?
No, not Bain.
I didn't,
Wow.
but
We had like 3.
oh god, there's probably 3 within 3 miles of me, but
Wow.
I'm just not lucky enough, I guess. And then every time he pops up on a deal like $5.99 at GameStop.com or something,
yeah,
can't click fast
Gone.
enough.
Yeah, gone. Oh yeah. Well, because Bain's one of the best figures of the year, I think, too. He was really well done. They should have painted his hands properly coming through the gloves, but he was a good figure.
Yeah, which they did for Superboy.
Yeah, they did. They
Yes.
painted the gloves. Yeah, I'm not sure if I remarked that in my video or if I just thought that and cut it out, or I don't know what I did, but I thought the same thing. I thought, why didn't they do that for Bain? Why didn't they paint the inside there?
Yeah, the
Now,
bigger.
Rob, do you only collect DC Multiverse? Tell us about your collecting. Like, what do you collect?
Do tell.
90% DC Multiverse. I dabble in Marvel Legends, but really, it's either Captain America, which I got the Marvel Legends 20th, so I'm good. Like
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be another Captain America
Perfect
that can
Cap.
top that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the
then-
Ultimates does look good though.
Yeah, he does, but I
Wait,
just I can't not different enough for me to justify it.
Which one's
True.
the lighter blue?
Marvel
the-
20th.
Yeah, that's one I
Yeah.
got. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I held out hope for that specific cap. So I have to agree. The 20th is my favorite.
Yeah, and then I pick up one of my favorite authors is Donny Cates, so I pick up the characters that he creates, like Null. I got Null, I got Cosmic Ghost Rider, and that's basically it. But DC's where I'm at. I'm at home.
Now,
Yeah.
with DC, are there any Grail figures from McFarlane, DC Direct, Mattel, anything?
That's a
What
good
would you
question.
consider your Grail figures that you're looking for still, or haven't pulled the trigger on, but they're too expensive?
Oh God. I mean, for DC Multiverse, it's probably, I mean, Grail. I mean, I guess we got to talk about Red Tornado, but
Oh, the
But-
old DCUC, right?
yeah. I mean, that thing is like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, obtainable Grails. I'd love to come across a Bain. I would also
Collect and Connect?
appreciate
Or the DC Multiverse. Yeah, sorry.
the DC Multiverse Megafig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And I also wouldn't mind I guess one of those like really nice high end like what is it, Mafex Dark Knight Returns, Superman,
Yeah.
Batman, Hush.
Yeah.
What's preventing you from pulling the triggers? The price? You don't want to get into that level of action figure pricing? Or are you just a little leery of going down that rabbit hole?
Yes, it is. It's mostly the price. I mean, I'm one of those kind of guys, like, you buy something for yourself and then you feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Like,
actually, I can't agree with that.
No, that's me.
You know what I mean?
My wife is actually pushing me to do more for myself, so I'm lucky in that regard.
Yeah. So you
I
just
will
feel like...
say,
Go ahead, Rob.
sorry, I will say that, like, once you go down that rabbit hole, it makes it like, well, this much isn't that much further. I'll just go a little bit further and a little bit further, and then so you're probably better off just staying away.
But I do feel like you should treat yourself a little bit more, especially if the wife is giving you permission. Sounds like you are very family oriented. It sounds like you focus on them first, which is great. But treat yourself, Rob. Treat yourself, sir.
Oh, so far in 2023, I've probably pre-ordered more figures than as many figures as I purchased in 2022.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Okay.
I got the Nightfall stuff, or the Nightfall Catwoman and Hush Batman.
Cool.
That little 4-figure group, and then Flashpoint Aquaman, because you got to have Cyborg. That looks like it's probably going to be the best Cyborg.
I think so.
Yeah. How's it going, Mr. Shiz? Hola to you too. So you pre-ordered this Batman?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really cool in hand. They didn't solve any of the previous issues because it's the same body buck, right? So the ankles are still kind of crappy. He's still tall, like taller. And if you don't like neck articulation, you'd rather have it in the head, then that's obviously still an issue. But all things considered, it's way up there as one of the best DC multiverse Batman figures. I was like really.
Brad, you're ruining the Brad review segment. We're
doing. Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got questions for you.
Casually bragging. Oh, you mean this figure, sucker?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just wanted to show him. That's all. Because I wanted to, he came
Rob,
on the show.
Another question for you. I know you might be close to the Vegas area. What's your favorite buffet in Vegas?
I've only been to one, oddly enough. And it is the buffet at Green Valley Ranch Casino.
Ooh, is it pretty good?
It's very good. They have, I mean, you name it. They probably have. They have Italian, American, Chinese, everything, all in one shot. And then they have like people who will cook something for you, ready to go right there.
Wow,
like a short order cook, ready to go.
We are
buffets. They asked me to leave.
You get your money's worth. You get your money's worth, Brad.
Do I ever?
Oh yeah,
people when they start losing money. That's the statistics.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. I went on prime rib night, and there was a lady with a giant gallon Ziploc bag just dropping them.
Oh, that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that.
That's a pro, dude. That's a pro.
I've never done that because you're not. That's like the one rule. You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Apparently you can. If
you don't get caught.
Well, of course.
Put the Ziploc bag in your purse or whatever, and you're just like, but then who's gonna, if they catch you, who's gonna say anything? You just look like you're putting prime rib in your purse. Like,
I mean, I think you're okay.
Is right in there with that. I don't
mean?
got a rat on them. They got prime rib juice all over their purse stuff. But
yeah, they're not classified documents or anything.
I got a Ziploc bag, right? Yeah. Put it in there.
Well, Rob, we will let you go, sir. I know you just got back from work. You probably want to go eat dinner. Before you go, anything you have for us? Any questions, comments? I mean, you have a platform. Use it,
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me on. I'm glad that I could hook up Rob with that Eradicator. I'm sorry for the shipping price. Oh, my God.
Oh,
it's okay.
It happens.
That was terrible.
It's like across the country. So
yeah, I mean, hey, you can't drive there for $20. So
exactly.
Right. We saved him time,
Yes.
and that's something he can't get back.
And
right
peace
there.
of mind.
Exactly.
Peace of mind.
And
until
peace
the next
of
figure.
mind. That's more important.
For like a week until the next thing comes out. So
life of the collector.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
there.
Life of a collector.
I've got everything.
Well,
I don't need to be collected every more. More shits came out.
Exactly.
Do you want to plug your Instagram or anything like that?
Plug.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess my Instagram is at Lone Gunman 1776. So that's an X-Files reference.
Oh, hell yeah. I love the Lone Gunman. I didn't like the way they went out in the Well, we'll talk about that later. That's a whole other show. But I love the Lone Gunman.
Yeah. So that's me. My biggest claim to fame, I guess, is that the Spawn team was nice enough to print my my Gunslinger Spawn photo in their magazine, in their comic.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool.
That's
amazing.
I remember you showing me that.
Yeah. I was like, I just was flipping through the book one month. And it's on my pull list, and I go, oh my god.
They didn't know. You didn't know. No one told you. Oh, by the way, we're going to use your artwork in the.
Nope.
Oh wow. Well, that's a thing.
No, I mean, I submitted it, but I mean, how many people submit stuff to Todd McFarlane?
I suppose a fair amount of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably has a mailbox full of the stuff.
Probably.
Wow. And look at Honor Guard DC. I want to see a Mr. T theme buffet called "I Pity the Full."
Oh,
well done, Honor Guard DC. Well done, sir. All right. Well, Rob, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. And next time you find a toy for Rob again, or myself, or Brad, we'll have you back on. And thanks for supporting us.
Oh yeah, now you got me hunting.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll let you go, sir. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Thank you. Have a nice one.
Have a good one.
My Harry Potter one just fell as I was trying
to
toast Rob, who laughs. There he is, guys. A sweet, kind collector. And there
he's a good dude.
It's a good dude. Now, since Brad already kind of started to go into it, let's go into Brad's live figure. Should be figures.
Sure.
Review. Tee it up for it, Brad. This is your segment, baby. Tee it up.
Well, I'm just thinking. I don't want to go. I guess I'll sneak a peek the ones that I haven't actually reviewed yet, because I don't want to ruin all my thoughts. I want that to be like part of the video. But those of you who watch my channel, you know that I've reviewed the Connor Kent, the Connell Superboy.
I'm trying to make.
All
right. I was trying to Lord.
Way too
why is Rob's face so big? There it is.
Sorry, I'm trying to
switch it, man. Switch it.
I'm gonna get it, guys. Shift +5. Oh, jeez.
The wizard.
All right.
Oracle's had too much to drink.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to highlight.
Heck, even just he's back. We're gonna see more of Rob's dashing, handsome.
I can't switch. Can you guys try to switch yourselves into?
Rob, I'm coming to your house, and you can come into my house.
No, it's a stream. Look on the iPod.
I have no idea. Hold on, let me see.
No.
I got my. Hold on, I got to move my wine glass. It's right in the way of everything.
This is fun.
Oh wait, I got it.
Hey! No. Okay, so
apparently I could just do it on the screen. So who knew?
So here we go.
All right.
You can do it on the screen. That's cool.
This figure here, I know that there's probably a lot of folks out there who were
coming in for a closer look.
It does seem focus nice and clear on it though for some reason.
No, it
looks good. Man, he looks great, dude. I love the jacket, the glossy jacket.
I love the modern version.
The only thing that I nitpicked about really in the video is the fact that this jacket is not really what he's wearing, like in the comic books. In the comic books, no, in the source material, he's got like a biker jacket, more like Red Hood's, like he's always had. It's a double collar, right? He's always had that. If you look close up, that's what he's wearing.
Hold him back up, Brad. Let's see him.
This is a single collar.
I like the face. I like that. It looks pretty
not the face, the collar, the jacket.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It looks good.
But I think I could forgive that.
We got an S on the back, Brad. We have an S on the back.
Oh yeah, it's not an unforgivable sin. It's just like I wish that I wish the jacket had texture actually.
Yeah.
Now I have a question about that jacket too. Okay, so he's got the S on the one. Shouldn't he have the Superman S on the other one?
And in the source material, I've seen. See, this is okay. This is how it is when you have different artists drawing the same characters. Sometimes they do things a bit differently. So some people have drawn the S with like nothing around it. See how that's just an S?
Oh yeah.
Right. Others have drawn it where he stitched it in with the outside around it, with the chevron around it or whatever.
Yeah.
The diamondy triangle, and then the same thing. Sometimes he'll be drawn with two, and sometimes just with one. So it really just depends on the artist that's drawing him. Some have the back really clean looking like that, and others you can see the stitch lines. Like this is supposed to be more like, hey, I was stuck on Gemworld for a long time and I used what I could to like make my jacket look a certain way. So it's like it's all hand stitched, but it also was supposed to kind of have that punk rock feel to it, that gutter punk feel. And so that's a lot of stitching your own patches on. With
I think that is way too polished. The S on the back. I'm glad there's an S on the back, but I feel like it should be yellow. It shouldn't look so like it looks like a decal.
Well, this is basically how it looks in the comics, except for except for
the modern version. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. Except for like it would be cool if this was like raised, like if they had a raised it up, like it was an actual patch.
Like if he embossed it. Yeah.
But okay, I've seen people complaining about the face sculpt and the stubble, but I'm like, not supposed to be. No, he's not. I was actually okay with the stubble on his face because that's how he looks in the source material. That's not
great. Isn't he? He's an older Superboy, right?
Yeah, well, because they had to do something with him because they've also got John.
Yeah.
So and they technically occupy the same space in the comic universe because this character here originally was the answer to there not being a Superboy, and then Connor Kent was gone, right? They after the New 52, I believe they killed him off in the New 52, and there really was no Connor Kent for a long time. He was one of those characters that got forgotten until Bendis brought him back in Gemworld because Bendis was he was
in New 52.
Yeah, he was in New 52, and then they killed him off.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant
wore the black suit
him off before that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
New 52, hell hated him. That was another Kryptonian. He didn't like him because he was half Kryptonian, half human hybrid, and he was wearing the insignia of the.
I love the artist on that, Kenneth Rothcraft.
Oh, he's so good, eh?
So good.
Oh yeah.
Good. All right, who do you got next, Brad? Who do you got next for us?
Hang on a second. Let me stick him back on the stand. Those of you who know me know that I hate it when my figures fall on their nose. Because then you got
nose scuff. It's a
that tip of the nose scuff is that's death for a figure. Scuff. All right, so let's do Batman.
Oh,
right. So this is a figure that a lot of people are super stoked about because Batman sells like hotcakes, like all the time.
Yeah,
I know that like
the colors are perfect.
Revealed.
Brad, look to your left a little bit, or your right. There you go. Yeah, that's better.
The camera's here, and my elbow is on the table.
There you go. Okay, there you go. The lighting's a little bit better. That looks beautiful. Is it as nice in person as it is in this view?
It is.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So you said you showed the bottom of the head being black on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside.
Do you think it is? Do you think it's actual black? Are you going to try to take off once you get another one?
Well, you know me, sucker for punishment.
So you already tried?
No, but I will. Yeah, whether the punishment comes now or later, it's still punishment. I got my phone light on. I'm going to try and light the inside up. Yeah. Man, that is not working. Yeah, it sucks so bad. Hold on.
It's too bad you don't have the photo that you can just show up on the screen and do like a presentation mode.
It's okay. It's all right.
Well, yeah, it's all right. I don't think anyone's screaming to see the inside of his head, but the point is, the inside of this is definitely black. This is actually a black head sculpt. So technically, you could use the acetone and remove the paint, and then if you're really careful, then you have a decent black. And
because you could always repaint the eyes white if you needed to.
Well, you could actually just use really good Q-tip technique and not remove the eyes in the first place.
Let me see the back of that, the cape a little bit more, Brad.
There's the back. It's same as the last one, but
it looks great though. The metallic, Ooh.
See the shading?
Yeah, I love that.
Which is
very nice.
Crumb.
Very nice.
Shading. The shading is nice. The belt is a subdued yellow. I hate how it no matter what, the sheen of the figure comes off whatever the room light is, but it's really the gray is really just very matte.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic figure. Absolutely. Super, super, super stoked that was released. That'll be one of the ones that I get like 3 of over time. Because you got to leave one as is, and then you got to try to do different custom work. Like I'm going to take the body, like the gray bits from that one, and I'm going to make another one and see how that looks with like the blue and the lighter gray. And then use the darker gray bits on the black parts. So there's that. And then we have Jay Garrick.
Oh man, that looks so clean, dude. It's like a great modern Jay Garrick.
I love the colors that they're using, that they're not afraid to go brighter now.
Yeah. Well, and this is accurate to the source material. The pictures that they took this from, because he doesn't look like this. This is young Jay Garrick, no gray hair.
Yep.
Right. So this is like, it was a look back in Flash 750, I believe is really what it was.
Now, could you imagine if they did another Superman with a new body, preferably, and use that blue for the Superman blue? That would be like classic. That'd be like 70s Superman.
I'm not sure I would like it that it's okay. This, whatever it's showing up for you, is not what it actually is. I can look at the screen and tell you. If it was that, if it's what you're seeing on the screen, yes, but this is more like baby blanket blue.
Oh, okay.
But it's accurate to the source material, so I like it. I mean, if it was
even,
like this
even the
light,
gloves, is that accurate? The around this.
Yeah. This is a 100% accurate figure. That's the gloves are supposed to be there, and even like the details in the gloves. So you've got like 2 layers. Where is it? There it is. You see it?
Oh shit! Oh yeah!
That's accurate. And then you've got the shoulder lines right here. That's not lazy sculpting. That's what it actually looks like. And then of course you have the neck piece. They didn't paint the button silver, but he's got that neck button too that, for strapping his shirt around. So and the wings on his boots and on his helmet are like, they're perfect. This
gives me hope that
it's a perfect rendition.
That gives me hope with the wings on the boot that if we get a classic Flash Barry Allen, that we'll get wings on his boot.
Yeah,
didn't he have wings?
Old school Barry had wings. New Flash hasn't had wings.
Jeez, for a while.
Yeah, since New 52, he hasn't had wings on his boots. Nothing like that. And then I guess, I'm working on Mr. Freeze currently.
Ooh, look at this guy.
Yeah, and
he's great, dude.
That head sculpt is fire.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good. And the blue tone for his skin, it's perfect. It's that like it doesn't just look blue, it looks like he froze to death blue.
Hold him up again. Let me see.
Hold the helmet off. It's like it's actually got a slightly butt hair of a more green tint, just slightly. And it looks like he froze to death, like of hypothermia. I love the color they chose. I like the air tanks because like they're dinged up and beaten up. Right, from all of his like encounters with Batman. That's what I like to imagine it. And then you wouldn't think it, but up close and in hand, you really can tell the difference between like there's this shade. It's like a bluey cream, and then you got like a grayish, like creamy gray there. Right, that's its own color. Got this. It matches the belt circle, whatever. And then you got white. There's even white in the tops and the bottoms of the gloves and the boots, respectively. So the color palette for this guy, it's actually 3 different colors, and it works. When I got it in hand, I'm like, oh man, I love the fact that they actually did this rather than make him dark black and say blue or whatever. I really like it a lot.
Oh, it looks awesome.
In hand, it's one of those figures that you don't realize you're going to like so much, but yeah, you do. And the helmet comes off, which is nice. And he comes with a freeze gun. And I think that Todd got away with it. Hold on a second, find it. It's over here. His freeze gun. It's neat because like that looks sweet. Look at that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Sculpted to the nines, right?
Does it come out?
Well, it does when you use an X-Acto blade.
Oh.
But I'm not going to
plug it in and plug it back out, right?
No. That's it.
Oh, it just
well, I don't think you're supposed to. Oh my god.
Don't break it.
I'm not breaking it. I think did Todd? No, because look. Okay, I'm going to try and
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's meant to come out.
It might be glued in.
But that said, I'm sure with a little bit of persuasion from some boiled water, you could pull it out no problem.
That would be sweet.
But that's probably how he got away with it with Warner Brothers having a gun.
Oh yeah.
Have the ice come out of it so that it's clear it doesn't shoot projectiles, it shoots ice. And Warner Brothers is probably like, well, all right, I can't see us getting a lawsuit from this.
Joshua asked, does Freeze pair better with Rebirth Batman or Hush 3 Joker's Batman?
Well, if you have them, hold on, let me get a flat surface and I'll lift them up together on a flat surface so you can see. This is Rob's Detective Batman there. Oh my god, I'm so begging for this to fall over.
Yeah,
you can see him tipping and bouncing, eh?
Oh yeah.
Like live comparison just for you, Joshua.
So they're about
pretty good.
The same,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, Batman looks bigger, honestly, from this vantage point.
Which is fine. I mean, the comics have The
Yeah, I guess
height-
you don't. Freeze isn't necessarily like bigger.
Oh, wait a
but-
minute. Let me grab. Oh my God, I'm so stiff. Oh,
Stretch it out, buddy. Stretch it out.
here we go. All right, let's. You know what? Just for good measure, because he asked about Rebirth
He
Batman.
did. He did.
Let's. Yeah, because the only comparison you get from McFarlane Official really is the promo art, like the photography with Batman frozen in the ice. But because Rebirth Batman is smaller, oh, don't tippy tip.
Hey, good job, dude. Look at
You
you.
see
and
the
your
difference?
balance.
Ooh,
Should have
let's
been in
put
a
'em-
ballerina, dude.
Let's put them all on.
Oh, don't get too ambitious there.
How do you know I wasn't a ballerina?
I don't want to make it. I don't want to make assumptions.
See, so I mean, you be the judge of that yourself. I personally,
I do
Because
like the.
this is my Batman. So
I like the Rebirth Batman next to him better, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah,
he's just
Sorry.
What are you
imagining
giggling
his
at
ballet.
over there?
there's conversation between my wife and I.
About ballerinas?
I don't mind either, to be honest. Like, I'm not a stickler for Freeze being taller or shorter than Batman. I think
Yeah.
like it works that he's taller, and it also works that he's shorter. So I'm good either way.
Yeah, for me, it comes down to Batman preference. That's all it is. Like when Batman was Rebirth Batman, I just started to get used to like that's what Batman's going to look like, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And they were like,
Yeah.
"Wazam! We brought back the classic
Yeah.
Batman." And I was like, I never knew how much I missed it until they brought it back.
I still love that Rebirth Batman. I wish they had kept that.
Yeah.
for a while.
It is a good
Fun.
look for him, isn't it? And this is a
Yeah.
great
Especially
And
the
that
purple.
figure is phenomenal. Like,
It is
I
a
wish
figure.
I do kind of wish that they did everything in that scale. But
That's a nice scale. It's like, and it's perfect DC Direct scale as well.
exactly,
You
like
know,
the
It's
scale
just
so well.
matched.
Yeah.
Like a little bit better. Like you know what? I'm one of those people that like I'm okay with Martian Manhunter being the size he is, but I do kind of wish he was bigger.
Yeah.
You know, he's the linebacker of the team in a
Mhm.
way, so he should be like just a brick shit house.
Well, it's funny because like with Essential, they use the same buck, everything
Mhm.
matched. And I thought it looked fucking great. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I loved Essentials, but I hated the fact that they all were exactly the same. I was like, really? They're all the same height and like the same. Like I
But
get
it's
what
so
they
didn't
did.
bother
clean,
me.
you know?
Yeah,
Oh, I understood why they did it, but like, yeah, I always kind of wish that like, say Superman was buffer and Batman was buffer. I thought
Yeah.
that like Nightwing, I felt like the Essentials body buck really fit Flash, Reverse
Yeah.
Flash, Nightwing, Deathstroke, you know. But I always felt like Aquaman and Shazam and Black Adam should have been a little like I wish they had 2 bucks that they used at least.
yeah,
That was it.
That
Because the
makes
chests on some of them were too
That's
narrow.
fair. That's fair. You know?
yeah.
Ooh, the Signal.
I haven't reviewed him yet.
Now
so
we
this
are
is
Yeah.
talking.
my first thoughts on him on the Signal. I'm just gonna get this light a little bit closer to him.
Yeah,
He's
there
probably
you
the one
go.
that I'm most
Yeah, David, that's
excited
perfect.
for.
Hold that light up the whole time, Brad.
Just right in front of him, eh?
You've been holding that on us.
You know what? This figure is
Put it from the
definitely-
top down, like
Yeah.
like. No, I'm saying the light.
Well,
I
it's
can't,
gonna
it
be
doesn't, it doesn't
can't
go
keep
far
that
enough.
going up for that long, Rob.
Oh wait,
Jesus.
wait! I can grab this bad boy.
Get one of your kids to come down there and hold the camera for you.
That's why I had kids. I like someone to do
Right.
chores and punish.
That looks worse now, but you know.
I know.
Well, it's our first live
That's
review.
as good as we
so
get, right? But
That's good, dude. That's good.
I will
I
say
mean,
that
he has-
it's
is that
entirely
logo-
textured, eh? Pardon?
Is the logo just painted on? Is there any texture
No.
to that?
No. I mean, all these figures that we've also looked at today. Side note: all the logos are sculpted on. That's good.
Beautiful.
Separately sculpted piece. The white and the black. So the white is inlaid into the black, which is nice. And this is just so well done. Like
Yeah.
He
this
looks
is
so
definitely
good.
one of McFarlane's going to be one of the best of the year. He's really going to have to work really hard to beat this one. Like it's all textured right to the nines. You got see the
Yeah,
texture
Yeah,
on
look
the
at that
back
texture.
there.
Rib
It's
for
so
your
good, and
protection.
it's like perfect.
Dude, it's like the design is phenomenal. Great design.
it
Whoever
is.
designed that suit. The helmet's very Frank Miller-esque. Reminds me of something like from the Dark Knight
Yes.
Returns. You know, like the face tattoos.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Man, that is great, dude.
I hope that he tackles more characters from the Dark Knight Returns. Like I hope we get the Flash and Green Arrow and Green Lantern. But you know
Wonder
the character
Woman.
I want the most I want, what was her name in that series? Laura Kent?
Laura Kent, yes.
Wonder Woman and
Dude.
Superman's daughter.
Did you ever read that one-off from the Master Race? It was
Yeah,
a
I read them all.
one-off.
Yeah.
That was a great one-off with the kid. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you remember that one. That was great.
Yeah. No, you know what? I wish that they could have somehow brought her into the main universe during this whole, change in the DC universe. I wish they could have brought her in somehow, because I think she's a fantastic character.
Fantastic.
Because she's got all the powers of her mother and father, but like she's not like, I guess her dad essentially, because the way the stories work, like Clark is essentially an absentee father.
Yeah.
To her.
He was hidden from her.
Right.
She was hidden from him.
She was hidden from him. So like she grew up without Clark's sensibilities. So she's got all those powers, but she's just like a pissy teenager.
Exactly.
I love it. I want to see her. Like she could totally learn from Supergirl, from Kara.
What do we got here next? Oh, I thought you forgot another figure.
Well, no, the only other one is the Eradicator, but like people have seen that, right?
That's there he is. Let's talk about him while you have him up.
Well, the figure's great. Hate the cape. This is
you don't like that little. I know you don't like that piece. I love that piece.
It's dumb as heck. Look at this. Like, what is it? It doesn't even match. Like, what is
it? Makes no sense, but I love it. It makes no sense. No
it's
sense.
Stupid.
It's blowing in the wind, man.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make sense. Like the way it looks.
Rob, that was your cue to start playing "Blowing in the Wind" from Bob Dylan on your guitar.
The Eradicator, my friend. Blowing in the wind. But I do have a solution for those of you who, like myself, haven't attempted to like even make a wired cape yet. You can actually see. Hold on, move the stand. There's a seam right here. See that?
Oh yeah.
Natural line of the cape. You see it?
Ooh, are you gonna get a little X-Acto on that?
Oh heck yeah. Darn tootin'. I just can't. You know when you get like your hair, right?
No, I don't.
And you get the wings.
Don't.
The wings. You tried to grow your hair out when you're younger, when it was like grunge was cool, and you tuck your hair, your bowl cut, your mushroom cut behind your ears. It's getting longer, and then you get these friggin' wings. That is the equivalent of the wings. I hate it. I hate it more than I can even say.
Nathan Barnes,
other than that, it looks great. Do I wish it was the classic old one sometimes? But not really, because like the Superboy is not the classic older one. It's contemporary. So this is the contemporary version of Eradicator. And of course, Brad, you can do a head swap. But
Chris Sals wants to know, where did you get these wonderful toys?
I am a man of very little patience sometimes, and my very little patience led me to Hong Kong. I bought them off a seller in Hong Kong.
It would have been great if you pretended you went to Hong Kong to get them.
No, I didn't go to Hong Kong. Heck no. I can't go to Hong Kong. I buy too much toys.
I flew to Hong Kong.
I went to Hong Kong.
Could you imagine if you like moved to Hong Kong just so you could get the figures early?
That would be great. He gets a job in the factory to get the figures early.
Oh my! I don't know what the heck I would do. Yeah, they do get them earlier, but I bought them from a Hong Kong seller because, partially being a YouTuber, you don't have a lot of room for patience sometimes, because you watch your analytics and you go, I've worked on this channel really hard for 5 years, and you really want the channel to, even if you don't want it to grow super fast, you just don't want to go, you don't want it to tank. And the algorithm is a very unforgiving thing. And so occasionally when I find someone in Hong Kong has all the figures that I really want, it's like, okay, I'm going to buy these ones. And once in a blue moon, try to have a few of the videos up first, just so that it's not to compete with other YouTubers. It's to get the algorithm's attention again. That's all it is. So the algorithm remembers that I exist. So yeah, Hong Kong. I paid more than the retail price for them. That's for sure.
It's okay, dude. What we need to do, if anyone in the chat is in Hong Kong and wants to become Brad's secret distributor,
my go-to,
your go-to, maybe get you another spot on our live stream. Dangle that
for sure.
Half-eaten carrot in front of people.
Half-eaten carrots. What was that? You put something up on the screen, didn't you? Just while I was talking, and
I always put a couple of things. Let's see.
So you have the camera's here.
No, it's the next one.
Bottom of the screen's here, and then you guys are over here. If I want to look at you, like that's how far, because you're on a big TV screen.
Here, I'll take us out of the Brad feature mode. There we go.
Valercier 117. If you want to keep up to date, the best YouTuber to watch would be Jaeger 101. He posted in community a photo of Captain Atom with a caption saying rumors.
Interesting.
Captain Atom. New figures.
You know, speaking of Captain Atom, I always wish that in Man of Steel, that the Colonel guy, the really cool Colonel guy who had a fight with Farah, what was her name? Fiora. He would have been a great Captain Atom. He had a great origin too. He gets sucked in to the Phantom Zone and comes out as Captain Atom. I don't know. That would have been a good low-hanging fruit. That's just my little...
Didn't they call him the Guardian?
No, the Yeah, that would have been a great Guardian origin as well. That was sort of his nickname in there. But
well, maybe we'll see that with the new DC film universe. Hopefully with the new DC film universe. He wants to start with a clean slate, essentially. Like, there's rumors that he's going to keep Ezra Miller on, but I don't think that at all. There's a lot of... Most of the stuff you hear is like 98% bullshit. It's just people trying to get clicked for videos and stuff. I don't even keep track of any of that shit. Unless he tweets it himself, everything else is hearsay. It's just garbage to get clicks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, any other figures you want to review live for us, or is that...
No, I believe that's all the new ones.
All right. Well, moving on, friends. Speaking of the DC universe, let's talk about the dawn of the DCU. So anyone who reads a DC comic knows they just finished Dark Crisis. Is that the name?
Dark Crisis. Yeah,
we are now in the dawn of the DCU. Yep. And honestly, I haven't kept up with it. I've read a few issues of Dawn of the DC Dark Crisis. Enjoyed it. What I read made no sense, just all over the place.
You didn't get a chance to read it all, so you're like...
I mean, I read a few issues, and I'm like, okay. So, Brad, sounds like you're up to date on it. Dude, tell us all about the Dawn of the DCU.
See, the whole Dawn of the DCU, we haven't seen enough of it yet to know exactly what's going to happen. You can tell that Nightwing is going to be like a very central piece to it, a big part. Technically, it's Nightwing that saved the day, just like Wonder Woman did in the Death Metal at the end of Death Metal.
Spoilers, people. Spoilers. I'm sorry.
Well, everyone's read Death Metal now that there's a DC fan, I would think, or has heard about it. Well, on Dark Crisis, it's largely Nightwing who does what no other hero can. And I think it's nice that Nightwing is going to hopefully experience more of a time in the bigger, wider spotlight. He's a fantastic character, right? Like, who are the three hopeful characters in the DC universe? It's supposed to be Superman, Barry. Sometimes Wally gets kind of slumped in there because writers kind of write them both almost the same sometimes. And then Nightwing, like, they're the positive characters. So I love the fact that Nightwing is getting more. It seems like they're going to honor the classic, honor the old. Bye-bye, beard for Aquaman. Look at that. See, Nightwing is up there. Boom.
Yeah. As he should be.
Yeah, of course. He's a fan. Dick has paid his dues, right? He's been around longer than most characters in the universe.
Exactly.
So, yeah, totally. I mean, Dick can lead his own team, no problem. Dick could lead the Justice League, no problem. And he could probably, I think, arguably lead the Justice League in some instances better than Batman. For sure. Because there's been times that Batman's kind of got the Justice League in trouble, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit here and there. Now, would you say this is a good jumping on point for new readers? Was it compelling enough for us to go read the whole thing, Brad? Like, honestly,
I would say it's a good jumping on point because for Superman, the world doesn't know his secret identity anymore.
I did read that, and I love that.
And he's got some new powers.
Yes.
Now, he's not going to keep them. He won't. A lot of people, I want to see them use the powers more, but he got them because he got recharged again, right, during his time on War World from the power of a white sun, as opposed to yellow. So it charged him in a way that he's never been charged before. So he's got new powers because of that. Like, I'm sure eventually his cells will burn off the excess or whatever the heck it is, and his powers will go back to normal. But good point for Superman. Flash, it's a great point to jump on with the Flash. Batman, I don't know yet. I haven't read, I'm still reading what's going on currently, so I'm not really sure about that. But I mean, after every time there's a crisis, it's always a good time to jump on because they also release new titles. And DC, one of the things they're doing very well now is instead of, remember how before they would have a big crisis and they would release a whole pile of like new titles?
Yeah.
You'd have your classic ones that would keep going, right? Or maybe return to zero. But then there would always be like new titles, right, to jump onto. Well, what they're doing now is, there's still new titles, but a lot of what it is they just do 6-issue miniseries and 12-issue miniseries, and that's it. Like they're not expected to keep going. So also in that regard, it is a fun time to jump on, right? Really with DC, you can jump on at any time. If you don't want to read in continuity stuff, there's always out of continuity stuff as well.
I mean, my first Superman comic, he was in exile.
Love that time.
And Supergirl was masquerading as Superman, which had made no sense. It was literally in the middle of the most convoluted story, but that was my first.
It was Matrix
comic book. Yeah, Matrix.
Yeah,
and I was hooked from that. So you're absolutely right, Brad. It's always a good time to get hooked into comic books.
Yeah. Before we go, I want to show this. There's like a super chat. So.
Well, look at that.
Failsafe. Yeah, I read Failsafe.
I actually read that. That was great.
Yeah, I'm at the part now, like I've got the comic on my kitchen counter where he's woken up in another dimension, like on another Earth, and people have stole his utility belt. He wakes up in an alleyway, and I guess people steal his utility belt. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's like a part 2. Like it's like a sequel to Rob, you and I were talking about this. What was the name of the story? It's a sequel to. It's where Batman. Oh, what is
he makes that robot or
it's the one where
Tower of Babel.
I think it's a sequel to Tower of Babel.
That was the Mark Waid story where Batman.
Yes, that's what I was thinking, Rob.
Now, one thing I do love about Failsafe, let me bring up my screen here, is this is just screaming to be made into an action figure. Look at that! Look at his design. Like this, old Toddy Boy, as Brad would say.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is like.
We'll see that as a figure. I say 50-50 chance we'll see that as a figure.
I hope so. I just finished this today. There's part 1 of Dark Knights of Steel. I finally finished the first volume.
Is it good?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is Game of Thrones and the DC universe combined. It is.
So there's lots of sex and people getting their heads cut off?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. That's exactly the kind of stuff I'm into.
Little spoiler, there's Wonder Woman and Supergirl making out. So
they have a they're like together.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a fantastic art. Tom Taylor, who wrote DC Deceased, he wrote it. Great read, guys.
The thing is, I couldn't jump onto it because I couldn't afford it. That was and I love those sideline ones. Like there was one, a couple of years ago, the artwork was phenomenal, and it was Wonder Woman and Batman. It was just them in the story, if I remember correctly. I think Superman wasn't in it.
The side ones are just great, like little jumping on points, right? Just
Well, I love the fact that they're not afraid to tell these like Elseworld story, and people don't care. Like you could do whatever you want with the characters as long as it's not in continuity.
Right.
Whatever you want, right? No one cares because it's something different. And then sometimes that can spawn a universe that's very successful. So in the case of White Knight, right? We've had 3 White Knights and a Harley Quinn story from the White Knight
now it's just become like his own universe.
Yeah, and fans embraced it, right? Because it doesn't endanger, the current universe continuity, but they can tell whatever stories they want. That's also, I think, why the Injustice universe was so successful, because they did all kinds of crazy stuff with that universe, and they were like, "Don't worry, it's its own universe," and fans were like, "Cool,"
They were
down with whatever it was.
Yeah, now, Rob, it seemed like they were trying to. Sorry.
I was gonna say, sounds like you haven't read much of the later, newer.
Not
stuff.
as of late. I definitely want to jump in. So, like this, like I was talking to Brad about this. Like when I first started reading back in the I think it was 92.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, I didn't know what was going on. It was like jumping into a soap opera You just kind of like have to figure it out as you're going
Yeah.
along. There was no jumping one point.
Yeah.
But I think like for, Flashpoint and then, New 52, that was a great jumping one point for people.
Yeah.
But we've come so far from then. I think like at this point you just kind of have to either just jump in head or feet first or whatever and just go with it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. The Superman titles look really enticing to me.
Yeah.
Kind of getting back to the basics type, like
Yeah.
from what I've read, it sounds like they want to honor the classics, but bring like Nightwing and the younger generation up too. So that's nice to see.
And the thing is, what thing they're not doing? Do you remember when they had like they had Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
They had another guy that could like make
After
portal.
0 Hour, right?
No, like this is like fairly recently. Yeah, like I
remember all the 0 Hour titles.
Yeah,
there was a lot.
Yeah,
the new Dr. Fate with the face tattoo.
Oh yeah.
So these new characters they introduced, like it was during the era of Rebirth, right? And everyone was like, "I don't care about these characters." Like the only titles that they had usually, like if you go back and look at Comic-Con, a lot of the ones that they put out, the only ones that really sold were the ones that had recognizable classic characters in them.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the guy who makes portals, he's still around because he was in the recent huge multi crossover here, Dark Crisis. He was still around, but the problem is, and they did this after 1985's Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah,
they would bring up new titles, right?
Yeah,
trying to make new characters, but really, largely, no one cares. Right?
What do you think about that?
Nobody wants to buy a new title. Just give us what we want. Give us Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern.
How do you grow the industry though, Brad? If you don't like, but I feel like you're right because like most new characters kind of fail. Like I can't really think of any breakout character.
Well, no. Clown Hunter.
Right, like side characters, sure. Like you have like Punchline. I feel like a few, but like there's no like Superman or Batman level breakout.
Yeah, why would there be?
Right.
To that level, yeah.
There wouldn't be.
Or what happens is that they're like the same character but a different person, kind of like Jamie Ryan.
Sometimes that works. What was it? Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
He's an actor.
Ethan Hawke is an actor.
What's his name? He was.
Connor.
I didn't read it that time. Pardon? Connor Hawke.
Yes.
Ethan Hawke.
Hey, I'm a big Ethan Hawke fan. Before Midnight, Before Sunrise.
Oh my God,
great movies.
But a lot of those characters, they they bring them back because of the '90s fans having some nostalgia for them. But who was reading comics? People my age, your age, right? We're all roughly the same age, and then people older than us. I see people older buying comics. I never, ever see people younger buying comics.
Not really.
Late 20s is the most I see. Late 20s, like 29.
It's sad, but it's such a great art form. Like I'm obviously biased, but
okay, so maybe you don't see them buying comics, but maybe they're reading digitally.
Doubt it. I really doubt it.
Because that's how I made the switch.
Well, you made the switch, but you're our age. You would be buying floppies, right? If you didn't do digital, your point is you're still the older demographic, the younger demographic. So my kids' age, they're not buying comics.
Rob, do your kids read comics at all?
Yes, but not superhero comics, and not. They kind of read like
manga,
graphic novels.
Do they do manga?
No, not. I mean, a little bit like. But I'm trying to think of the one. It's like these dragons. I can't think of the name right now. There's novels about them, but they also have graphic novels and stuff like that. And
they're all into that. Stack of the books.
Wings of Fire or Wing. I don't know. It's something like that.
No, this one has dragon in the title.
Yeah. But they enjoy looking at comics. But yeah, they don't read superhero stuff.
Do they buy them?
What's that?
Do they buy them?
Yeah. We'll get them off of Amazon or go to like Books A Million.
So
or even the comic store. But our comics.
Pardon?
What's that?
They're not buying superhero comics. They're buying
but
kind of like the new generation where it's like Walking Dead kind of fits into that kind of newer generation where they're not superhero comics.
Yeah, like my comic store, has a small section for that stuff, but it's not very popular. So it doesn't get a lot of love.
Yeah.
Have you tried to have them read comics, Rob? Like, have you like superhero comics?
Yeah, I've gotten them, like, especially like free comic book day. We'll go in and get like 1 or 2, and then they read them and stuff like that.
They
But
just don't gravitate to the superhero stuff, really. They just not their
I
thing.
think it's just because it's such a big part of who I am. They're like, it's not for me, it's for him, type thing. But they do like Marvel and DC. They just don't go out of their way to seek it out.
I think a lot of people, they like younger kids especially, they don't get it. Like they think that superhero culture is just for kids, and it's like, no, it's not. It matured, and now they have the superhero stuff for everyone. But really, the main consumers of all things superhero, at least DC, are adults, right? So the stories are very adult oriented. They're not really for kids. Like, if you read a Superman comic, which is really tame by comparison to reading Batman or something, they're not really for kids. You wouldn't want really anyone below 13 reading about these concepts, without having to explain shit to them or them seeing like really heavy stuff.
It's gonna be sad when it disappears in like 20 years. Like,
oh gosh,
Sally, if we're the generation reading it and we start aging out and buying less,
it'll keep existing, but not floppies.
But like, how are artists and writers going to make a living off it like they do now?
They already aren't. Haven't you heard the scandals?
Right. That's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
A lot of artists are getting underpaid, like 3 to 6 months late with payments.
Now, my son's friend, he actually does collect comics and read comics. For his birthday, I went out and I bought, like, he's really big into Spider-Man, so I went and got him like all these trades of Spider-Man. But again, you have to look at the stories because you got to make sure it's age appropriate because he's like 10. No, he's 11 now. And a lot of, with the Spider-Mans, there's a lot of talking. So I always feel like that's kind of boring to like kids. They want to see action.
More action splashes too, right?
Yeah.
Well, with Jason, my oldest boy, he's now going to be 17, but with the New 52, I figured, okay, the safest title for him to read was actually The Flash. Right, because his rogues aren't really that badass. Like, they don't murder people. They're not like bad evil. They're just like robbers and stuff like that. And the Flash is a really positive, bright character. So one of the ways that I got him reading was, as I was reading the Flash, I would let him read them, and he read all the way up to issue 24, like straight story. He loved them. He still has them. He loves those Flash comic books. So that's actually what got him reading independently. Wanting to read was Flash comics. So I feel very fortunate like that. It didn't work out that way with the other kids. I've tried to buy Robert age appropriate, like the books that you'd find in like the book section in Walmart. They have like a Letter to the Justice League, and they have like like science books and stuff, but they're all like DC based characters. And Robert will read them and stuff, but that's not like, you're not making a fan out of these people because they've read those, right? It's the stories that make people into fans, really, right?
Yeah.
And they're not reading the stories.
Rob, have you ever had your wife?
It'll definitely die. Pardon?
I was saying, have either of you ever had your wife try to read a comic book, or have they ever?
Yeah.
She's
read stuff.
I've had Margaret read some stuff. She used to read Supergirl, Rogue.
Yeah, Beth definitely likes, I think, DC more. But I she doesn't read a lot of it, so it's not her thing. She's like into fantasy and stuff, so she's got like all those types of stuff.
You should do what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get just reading that writing from Jose R. Jr. Achille. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your last name. I'm trying to say it out loud. Achille. Frig. Okay. Anyway.
I'm sorry. You try to read that, Jose?
Are you doing it again?
There you go.
I don't want to read it again.
I'm 49 years old, 6'2". Yeah, he's a tall guy. 235. Damn, you're in shape, bro.
I got 100 pounds over you.
Get out of here. Get out of this chat. You're too in shape for this chat. I've been collecting DC action figures and comic books since 81. Yeah. Still now and love it. There you go, dude.
He's as tall as I am.
Super fan right there.
You're 6'2", Rob?
Yeah.
Okay, so am I. Dude. All right. I'll be the short one.
Well, what are you?
I'm like 5'10".
Well, you're not short. You're average.
That's not. Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's what a lot of wives say to their husbands. It's average.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next topic. Let's take a look at some McFarlane reveals and pre-orders.
We
I don't know if
technically kind of already have.
I mean, we kind of did a live review.
Some of them.
Well,
yeah.
there's still like one or two
There's
that
a few extra things.
Yeah.
And I think people like to hear us blab on about a few things. So let's go over to the McFarlane Instagram page. And
Rob,
see
is that
what's-
one glass of iced tea, sweet tea, you've been nursing the whole time?
yes.
This is my third glass of wine.
Hold
Stop
on.
keeping track.
I see something. I see something.
What do you see?
What are you looking at?
Somebody- Rob, I saw that you had the Flashpoint Aquaman. I know Cyborg is pretty big in that story, but what are your thoughts? Will he be accurate? Too big? Well, looking from the torso or judging from the torso, I think it's going to be comic accurate. Of course, I had to remove the
The logo.
logo or whatever on the chest because that was in the. I'm afraid that he might be too big, but we won't know until we get the legs and stuff.
Yeah.
At least at that point, because the legs are going to judge how tall it's going to be.
I feel like he'll be just a butt hair too big.
Yeah,
Butt
I was
hair.
hoping that he was going to be like Lobo's size, but I'm afraid that he's going to be taller than Lobo.
Really? I don't get that idea from him. No. Really?
Really?
No, yeah.
I just feel. I don't know.
He better not be Lobo size. That's too big. He was
No,
bigger.
I don't think so.
He was
Rob.
bigger than Batman
He's
in the
not Lobo
comics.
size, dude. He's not.
Yeah,
Lobo
he
size.
better not be.
Yeah.
I hope not, but that torso
He's
looks
bed trapping
big.
there.
Now, before we get into these reveals and pre-orders, the guy who actually takes these pictures is in the chat tonight. John, Aesthetic
Ooh,
One.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to say this, but he's in the chat. Brilliant action figure photographer.
It's amazing.
Works for McFarlane Toys, and all these images you see of the DC multiverse and all this other stuff is all pretty much from John Aesthetic One. So, John, take a bow, sir.
Fantastic work.
It's fantastic.
Well done. And John, his story is he started out as just a Instagrammer taking pictures of action figures and doing photography, and he got hired into McFarlane Toys. So, guys, friends, people,
Yeah, that's
social media
excellent
can
work.
lead you to like jobs for companies
Yeah.
you admire. So
Very
there
true.
you go, guys. So, John, you're amazing. Great work, sir. All right. So, first reveal, again, stuff we've talked about before, but now officially revealed and ready to go. Page Punchers, Aquaman. Rob,
Mhm.
you lead us off on this one since you're an Aquaman fanatic.
Yeah, this is the page punchers that I've been wanting forever. The only person missing out of this that I would love to have seen is Mira. I think all the designs look incredible. Like, I think Aqualad is probably the one that I'm most excited for.
Yeah, me too.
I am also a huge Orm fan, so Ocean Master looks incredible.
Yeah.
I love the chainmail of Aquaman, and it separates him from the other Aquaman figures that we have, so that's nice. And then it's still going to scale. Yeah, and it's going to scale nicely with all the regular figures, like the page punchers do. So, and then hopefully, I mean, nothing's been said, but since they've done Shazam and Black Adam and all the other movies, hopefully we get, Aquaman movie figures, hopefully. And I'm hoping we have a Mira from there. But I think like if we do get a Black Manta, that movie Black Manta is probably going to be more comic accurate than this one.
Yes, I was going to say that for sure. Yeah, I love these.
Yeah, they look sweet. And John did a freaking fantastic job with this promo art.
Beautiful image.
Oh, amazing.
It looks like a movie poster.
Looks good.
Who else would you guys like to see, Brad, from the Aquaman family, other than Mira?
Well, it's funny. Actually the two characters that I really wanted from the Aquaman family, technically three if you include the Black Manta, they're all here.
Yeah.
Like these are the characters. Well, I could say King Shark, but King Shark isn't really totally an Aquaman villain. Like he's also a Superboy rogue. But for me, Aqualad was my number one character from the Aquaman family that I wanted them to make. And this figure looks like he's gonna if the figure in hand looks anything as good as this, I'm like, I can die a happy Aqualad fan. And then Orm, that Ocean Master, he'll replace my regular Ocean Master on the shelf for sure, because I definitely prefer that basic color scheme for Ocean Master in comparison to the current one. And let's face it, the one that we did get, it's a good figure for sure. It's mostly a repurposed Aquaman.
Yeah, but it's pretty
Right.
much on point though. With
It's got a
like,
few places where it's inaccurate, but it is pretty. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty much on point. Whereas this one, it's different, and it looks like I love that look. I
yeah,
love that look. Jim Mason says he'd love to see some trench figures.
yeah,
Agreed. I would like the
Army building
first
trench figures.
dude. The movie Aquaman had so many beautiful designs.
Did.
Like
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, like all the
Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's one thing I do give it to Marvel Legends for. Like they always keep releasing, movie figures even down the line and other lines. Like it feels like with McFarlane, they'll do like a Shazam figure or two
Yeah.
from the movie, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It's over. But what are you gonna do?
It would be nice.
But
if,
what I love about these page punchers is that they're not comic accurate. They're their own designs for the most part.
well, Aqualad is not. He's comic accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like,
why I'm
with the
stoked.
Flash figures and stuff like that. So
See, I still haven't bought that Flash.
I haven't.
Which one?
The one from Page Punchers.
Yeah.
Oh, the speed metal one? Oh, the
No,
red
No,
Sun
not the
one.
speed.
Punchers.
The Adam
He's
one.
wearing
Oh,
like the visor armor.
dude,
I
he's
bought him.
so dope. You guys would love him.
Yeah, but I don't want him as a Flash. It's like, where would I put him? Because I'm like a guy that likes to put them together with like characters.
Oh, he gets
So-
so proudly with your Flash family.
You know what I would do? I would actually, if I bought him, I would put him with Ultraman, Superwoman. He would be with the those
And he's
those
also a
characters.
great Zack Snyder Justice League Flash.
where he's wearing the thing on his
Yes.
Yeah, I get but really honestly though, as much as I'd like to make him like Johnny Quick, I just get total Jingle All the Way vibes from him. So I just haven't bought him yet.
He's great. That's one of my favorite Flash figures. But speaking of awesome figures, Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Batman. Rob, let's start off with you again, Rob.
This is incredible. I don't know where I've seen a review of this, but the wings look super glossy, and I think the wings are well done. I mean, I know some people might have a problem with the hinge. I personally don't. I think that's going to be good for like posability and stuff.
Yeah. How else do you do it without the hinge?
Exactly.
Right.
This design is just epic in the best way possible. I mean, who doesn't love this design? I mean, it also screams Rocketeer, which is
Oh yeah,
sweet.
did you see that review where the backpack looks like the Rocketeer backpack?
Oh yeah.
Brad, what do you think, sir? What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, Kingdom Come it's an incredibly iconic storyline.
Yeah.
So, I'm one of those people that would be stoked that if Todd decided to do figures of like most of the characters from that, I would be ecstatic. That being said, this version of Batman is so cool because he's like the old Batman that just won't friggin' quit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll wear a whole harness that keeps my body together and then shove myself in a bat suit with rockets on the back.
Yeah.
Like, it's what's that saying? If you want it done right, you got to do it yourself.
Sure.
That's Batman right there. He's like, he's like old as dirt. And he's like, if I gotta jump in. And if you want it done
I call
right,
him
you
my
gotta do it yourself.
Darth Vader Batman with that bottom piece
Vader
right
bats.
there. Yeah.
I had the DC Direct and I ripped the bat. I'm pointing to my screen like you can see it. I ripped the bat logo off of his chest and I put it on the front of a Batmobile.
Wow.
So I don't have the DC Direct one anymore. And I took the wings and made them into fins. My son cried. That was the first time he ever saw me take a figure apart for customs. He legit cried.
Wow.
It wasn't even his. It was mine.
I will do it
But if I want it, it's my
please,
figure.
boy. How dare you?
I wanted it.
Man.
It's okay. I gave him a couple figures and he stopped crying.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful figure, guys. All right.
It makes me wish that there's more though. Like I have hope for Superman,
Oh yeah.
Wonder Woman, and Flash. But let's face it, Todd loves doing the big four.
It would have been great to
Right.
do a whole wave of Kingdom Come figures.
Yes.
You know? Give us more. Well, and look at this little surprise. A little.
I know, right?
Out of
What do you guys
nowhere.
think about the Blue Lantern, Kyle Rayner?
You go first, Rob.
Rob.
I'm all for any lanterns. I mean, give me the rainbow. I'm there. I will buy it. You know, the only problem that I have with the McFarlane lantern accessories is that they're all like see-through, clear, transparent.
Yeah,
I would have liked
weird.
them to be like a solid color, but that's just a nitpick. I mean, he matches the source material, so I mean, it's great. It's a great reuse. This is the variants that we need. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do a variant, this is how you do it.
I love, like, see that blue? That is also not only the perfect Hope blue, but it's also the perfect Superman blue.
Yeah.
Right. Anything other, like if you weren't going to use the Hush Superman blue that we've seen, that is the other blue. It's slightly more rich.
Yeah.
The saturation's turned up
Not
more
too,
on it.
not too dark still, but rich. I like the way you put that, Brad.
It's rich, yeah. So I really like that. This figure is cool because not only Kyle Rayner in the Blue Lantern uniform is just a fantastic look on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he had stayed as a Blue Lantern, right, I would have been cool with that. If he had just stayed there and was like the Blue Lantern Corps rose more to the surface in current comic continuity, I would have been like, cool, all right, it matches. He's a Green Lantern again, obviously, has been for years and years, but I thought that was cool. But the other thing is it gives me a lot of hope that we'll see Star Sapphire and that we will see Sinestro. And with Sinestro, let's face it, if he does Sinestro, I say there's a good chance he'll do a regular and a gold label, right? The regular will be in like a Yellow Lantern uniform, and the gold label might be him with his black and blue suit. But he's clearly interested in lanterns, right? So hopefully he'll do these other large lantern characters for us, because each color of the spectrum has a major character, right? So we've got black, green, red, now blue coming out. You know, let's see what else he does.
I do hope we get an Ion version of Kyle Rayner.
Oh yeah,
that's what we need, boys. A little
I love that
action.
costume.
I feel like Kyle Rayner's a shut up and take my money figure.
Yeah, you could do like 20 different versions of him.
Yeah,
and
a white
good to go.
Lantern would be easy to do too.
Super easy.
Low hanging
inconvenience.
But
now, guys,
okay, so with the Blue Lantern, like, do you want, if obviously with Hal they can do so many different colors with that as well, but do you want to see a new body buck for Hal?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, he has the same one as John, right? Him and John are sharing a body buck right now.
It's thick.
It's a thick buck. It's a thick buck. Yeah, I guess
John,
you could.
But Hal's not thick. That was, I mean, I like the figure. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe he's put on a few, Brad. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like over Christmas vacation. He had one too many friggin' Christmas chocolates, dumplings, and beers, and now he's, it's harder to fit into his costume. No, I definitely want new buck for Hal.
Yeah, he needs a new buck.
Don't do Hal like that. Come on.
I mean, I would like some more. I would love a Jessica Cruz. You know what I mean?
I would take a Jessica Cruz before Hal.
Sorry, that was my ice bucket, guys. I apologize.
I would take a Jessica Cruz before Hal.
Yes,
because we
have Hal.
I love the DC multiverse, but it's a sausage fest over there on my shelf.
Right? It is a sausage fest.
Nothing but wieners and pecs, and we need more tacos, right? We need more of the female form.
Speaking of more sausage,
there's so many, too many sausages, right?
What do you think about this sausage over
characters
here?
That are amazing that they should be doing that would sell really well. Hal Jordan on the Blue Beetle booster buck. Yeah, that could work.
What do you guys think of this Gladiator Batman, which I have no idea where this is from?
It's from the beginning, the very, very beginning of Dark Knight's Metal.
Oh.
Yeah, they were stuck on War World fighting for Mongol.
Okay.
Well, the whole league was there.
What do you think, Brad? What do you think about this figure?
Well, the figure, for one, it looks like it's obviously based off of Capullo's artwork. So you can tell who the artist is in question.
Yeah.
And then, the figure just looks great. Like, I'll buy it, not because, more Batman, just buy Batman. No, I'll buy it because the figure itself looks really cool, right? It's
beautiful design.
It's an amazing design. And let's face it, when Todd sculpts new sculpts 100%, it's kind of nice for us to get behind them, because then that tells Todd yay more, and then he'll put more money into new sculpts and body bucks, right? If they don't make the money, that's why you end up with figure lines that are just trying to save money and cut costs, and they just do a lot of the same reused buck. And I totally get it. I like reused bucks. They serve a purpose, but it is nice when he can do stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
So if he does stuff like this, he'll do other stuff that's like all new sculpts.
And it gives you major Kenner vibes, like from like the
Legends of the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Old school, nutso, like
Pirate Batman.
Right. These kids today complain about too many Batmans, but we lived in an era where it was literally only Batman in those lines. Like literally,
that is true.
That's all we got. So I sound old saying these kids.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
I'm bad about that. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it for new reveals and pre-orders. We covered the rest. Yeah, but you covered everything else, buddy, in your review. I mean, all this other stuff we sort of talked about before.
So have we talked about Wonder Woman, Deathstroke, and Nightwing for superpowers?
We have. We've talked about them.
Was that 2 weeks ago we covered that?
Yeah, I think we talked about it a few times. I mean, they're hitting
goldfish.
Yeah, they're hitting.
So
they're hitting
I did contact the Cape Master, and I ordered the 2 capes for Wonder Woman. He has a blue one with stars, like that retro art, and then he's got the red one. So I ordered both.
And this will lead us into our perfect next segment, social media spotlight. Rob, you just mentioned the Cape Master. Let's go take a look at the Cape Master's page, shall we? Is it just the Cape Master? There he is.
It's right there. Yeah. He
Rob,
started making superpowers capes.
Talk about the Cape Master for us.
So he's a rad dude. He makes these phenomenal capes. Like if you like that retro feel to your cape, that really nice fabric, this is it. This is like the closest that you can get to a superpowers Kenner cape. And I'm all for it. I support the dude. I have his capes and I love them. I could run back and get them. Yeah, exactly.
So
because the S
quality you can expect from Cape Master.
The S is a lot nicer.
Go on, sorry. Go on.
You were just stroking that cape very seductively, Brad.
Yeah.
So, you were just like, ooh.
The cape that comes with
easy, Tiger.
The cape that comes with the regular figure has this big super S on the back, whereas this is more in proportion. And it just drapes really nice. It's got that clip around the neck that we all know from the superpower Kenner line. It's really all you could hope for, really. And the prices are very reasonable.
His prices are super reasonable. I probably won't buy one from him because I don't. My ideal Wonder Woman doesn't have a cape. I know that she's been given a ceremonial cape from time to time, but I'll probably not like.
I might not pose her with a cape all the time, but I want it just to have it. Yeah, because like when I do pictures like this and stuff, it's just I think it's cool. I do like Wonder Woman with a cape, and I like that he's throwing in the lasso that we're not getting.
So is it $40 for all these capes or just for one cape?
Yes, for all.
That's a great deal. That's a great deal.
Yeah, like it's not a lot, as it's a bunch. Never mind. It's a lot.
I think the capes are like $10.
Yeah,
and I think the stars is $12. But if you get like the 2 capes together, it's $20.
Yeah.
Do you think you could make a life-sized like cape for us with the clip to put on ourselves?
That would be cool.
I wonder what that clip would feel like going around your neck.
Because
it has to be tight enough that the middle part opens as it like pushes against your neck.
Right. It might not be too bad.
I got bruises on my neck.
That'd be awesome. We're all wearing Cape Master capes on the next live stream.
You know what?
Yeah.
If I had a cape, okay. Here's a confession.
Oh yes, that's what we're here for, buddy.
A real genuine ass confession. Okay, I spent a good couple of years of my life waiting for capes to come back in fashion. I was like, they'll come back in fashion sometime. Everything comes back in fashion, right? At some point, things cycle through, and I'm like, nope, not even hooded cloaks, nothing. None of it's back in fashion in the mainstream yet. And I just keep like, as soon as capes are back in fashion, I'm putting on a Superman.
My time.
Maybe my time to shine. Right?
I mean, you could see. We need people cooler than us to make them come back. Like we need to get like Rihanna to wear a cape, or like.
Weren't capes like popular because they were riding horseback or they were riding carriages, and so it had easy access to like weapons and stuff. But then you could cover yourself from the cold.
I don't know.
Some cloaks had a hole, like holes for your arms to go through as well. So they also used to sleep under them like a blanket. Yeah, they were multi-purpose like survival tools.
They were more like cloaks, like in France, right? The Three Musketeers, like more.
Well, especially hooded cloaks. Well, there was like rich person fashion cloaks, right? And they didn't go down that far, right? And they were more like Captain Marvel and like Power Girls thing. They were just like, look at me, I have a little cape on. Right. And then there were like the people that like had like serious cloaks, right? Like more like Strider, like more like Aragorn, stuff like that. Strider. And kind of in between, right? Like they served a purpose. They were like the equivalent of like your overcoat. Yeah.
Well, I think you should wear a cape. I support you.
I used to have a cloak. My mom made me a cloak. I used to wear it as a teenager.
What happened to it?
I had long hair. It was a black velvet cloak. And on the inside, I suggested baby blue. So the inside of the cloak was like a nice baby blue, and it was long and warm and had a big, nice drawstring in the front made out of like gold, like drawstring.
Is this when you got in trouble for flashing people because you were just wearing the cape? that
no.
Story? No.
This is when I was a 16-year-old busker with my guitar on the street. 17.
Well, I think you should bring him back, bro. That's all I'm saying. Totally. So we got the Cape Master. Rob, anyone else you want to spotlight?
Customs
media?
By Martin.
Ooh, customs.
I have two heads coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's who I was going to suggest.
I have two heads coming. I have the same that John has. I have the Dick Grayson head sculpt that he has, and then I have a Tim Drake head sculpt coming.
Now that is the Sentry from Marvel Legends.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Repainted Marvel Legends Sentry. But this is his work right here.
Oh, look at that. Is that this guy?
No. Yeah, that's the one.
That looks awesome though.
Yeah. I believe that's the one I'm getting. There might be another one
you got coming.
I think that's the one.
That looks awesome.
I can't remember. I ordered it a little bit a while ago because I don't think he's in this country. I think he's from outside, but he like comes and drops off. Like he travels to America because he's got family here.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He can't drop them off as fast as some people may like because of the logistics.
Rob, there's your comment. Yeah. Oh, damn. This is fierce. I don't know if you use fierce. I never heard you say that in real life.
Fierce.
With
fire at the end, though.
Fire.
Yeah. Can you find the Hal Jordan head sculpt? Because that's one that I have on order from him. Right there.
Yeah.
Now you can have pick from the 4, but I just picked the straight face, so the second one in.
I was afraid to order that because I was afraid I was going to order all of them.
Nope. There you go. Oh, let's see if we can. Where's the straight on of that one? Is there any more?
Oh, there you go.
So that's
very Ivan Reyes.
Yeah.
That's a huge improvement. Like it's amazing how much just a head sculpt can improve a figure like 1,000-fold.
Damn, this guy's so talented, man. Are these
amazing.
3D printed? Like
some of them aren't amazing. He does the painting. I'm not sure. Like I think he might do some of the sculpt, but I think he has someone else do sculpting as well. But he gets it from them.
I don't know for sure which ones he's taken part in the sculpting process. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of these sculpts around on the interweebs.
Yeah.
But his painting is fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah. And what I love about these heads for anybody who wants to order is that they actually go onto the figures. Like you don't have to use blue tack or anything like that. They actually
Wow.
And that's a huge win.
Look at that.
Well, that's the one I'm getting for Dick.
Do you see the little hole there in the middle?
Yeah.
See that? Everyone watching?
Oh, yeah.
So Yeah, you don't need like I just pop it on.
Fits perfectly, huh?
Yeah, and it just fits perfectly.
Dude,
So
that's amazing.
Now I'm gonna use that dickhead. That dickhead. Okay, I'm gonna
there
use
it is.
that
Kids
We're
head
watching, Rob.
children.
Jesus.
We're a bunch of
Jesus.
children.
on the
Right
five
there.
pack. On the
God.
5-pack
Terrible.
Nightwing.
Yeah, you
Look at
use
Mullet
that
Superman.
dickhead.
Use that dickhead. You dickhead. I
Look
like
at
that
that
Jessica
flash.
Cruz, man.
Jessica Cruz. Yeah, see?
Yeah,
I know
that looks
there
sweet.
may be people watching that are like, see, now if McFarlane or whatever did faces like this, then it'd be great. Why can't they do it?
It'll be $100.
Yeah, well, it's just it takes too long to paint that.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
And there's like all the layers that it takes to do that. And they're using different paints, right? Like we as civilians are not able to buy the paint that they use in the factories.
Yeah.
They have to have certain like gear they wear to even use that paint because it's got a certain level of, I think, toxicity when it's wet or something to that extent. Whereas this is completely different. It dries differently and the detail is better, which tells you they take more time. So yeah, that's why the custom head market is so big, because the what am I looking for? The consumer figure market can't keep up. That's all. They just can't.
And I think his prices are very reasonable too.
They're super reasonable.
What you talking about, Rob? So give me a ballpark for something like
I believe 35.
that's not bad at all. Shit.
Painted.
Painted, yeah.
He's basically
Some people
like,
charge
himself
35
labor.
unpainted.
You know, I was thinking about, like, for me, one custom I would 100% buy is Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yes.
Ooh, that would be pretty sweet.
Yes. You know what? I wish that I saw a trailer, an animated trailer for Nicolas Cage's Superman. Like it was fan made. I would legit, I know they can't do it like real life anymore, but I would legit sit down if they made a computer CG.
Oh, I would love it.
Not fan, but computer CG Warner Brothers Elseworlds Superman story.
Hell yeah.
With Nicolas Cage voicing Superman.
I wish we got that movie.
Shut up and take my money. Yeah, right. I mean, if it was just a one-off, it would have been fantastic, because who wouldn't have wanted to see that weirdness that Tim Burton?
And I would have loved to have seen or have McFarlane do just like a figure just for fun of Nick Cage.
Totally. Oh, he would have been awesome.
Did you guys watch the documentary?
Yes.
I loved it.
Superman Lives. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And the guy who made it, I forgot his name. He passed away. John Scheiper.
Oh my God! Did he?
A few years ago. Yeah.
He died. He wasn't that old.
I know. He passed away a few years ago. Life is short, my friends. Well,
goes to show.
It does.
You don't know how much time you have here. You gotta.
Actually, let's spotlight that for a minute. Let me find that. The Death of Superman Lives. Here we go, guys. The Death of Superman Lives. You can get this on streaming or order online, but this is like a great documentary about the unmade Nicolas Cage movie.
Right there it is. Look at that.
John,
that's suit is beautiful.
You got Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Smith as Tim Burton. Like, and the person who made it, he actually got to see more concept art. You can see like Nicholas. Oh, here it is. A little trailer.
It's not like YouTube where like someone like makes a video which is like documentary style, which is cool.
Yeah,
he actually got to sit down with all those people and interview them. I believe Richard Donner was in it. Donner was in it. Tim Burton. Nicolas Cage wasn't interviewed in it, as far as I remember, unbelievably, but Kevin Smith was in it. Like it's a serious ass documentary.
But look at this suit. Like this is what could have been. Like he looks great.
Yeah, that was final stages, I believe. I believe that was final stages because his hair's shorter, right? It was longer. All the ones you see where his hair is longer, those were early stages. Final stages is what we're looking at here up on the far right. Yeah.
Oh, it keeps going to. So there it is, guys.
I would have watched it for sure.
I would have given my money.
They can still do it. Let's face it. They can still do it. If they really want to, they could do it. Right? But they just don't want to.
All right, guys.
Something just popped up on the screen. Where'd it go?
Oh, sorry. That was Hambone saying farewell.
Guys, I've got to sign off. I'll catch the rest. Brad, I'm looking forward to Hush Superman coming in the mail. Oh, yeah. You're the fella for the Hush Super. Look, hold on. Before you go, Here it is right here. I'm
Ah,
hoping to
very
have it in the mail by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yes. So by tomorrow, Saturday at the latest, but tomorrow will be the likely date that I get all that stuff in the mail. Yeah, I hope you like them.
All right, guys. I have one more topic for the evening that I forgot to tell you guys about. I wanted to get your take, and I couldn't think of a clever way to say this. Sharing the logo. So what I mean by this is I saw this image recently of Superman, the new Superman series with his new like family members.
Oh
Yeah.
So it's this kind of trend over the last few years of where you have I can't get a good picture.
That's
you
not
know,
even all
like
the characters. Oh, that
like
is all
yeah,
the
like Superman, for example, with open image new tab. Let me try this. Oh, hold on. Let me reshare. I want to show you guys this. Give me a sec. So you have this kind of trend, and it's happened with Spider-Man, right? Where you have like multiple Spider family members.
Or
Now we have
even Batman.
over in Batman, but at least with Batman, they're not all called like. So here we have Superman, Superboy 1, Superboy 2, or 2 Supermans, a Superboy, Supergirl, Steel, female Steel. I forget this fellow's name, but it's like
Super Dashman. He's a Chinese Superman.
right, which is
Yeah.
fine. But like, how do you
What was
guys
his
feel
name?
about this?
Kong Keenan.
Yes. What do you guys feel about like?
Well, don't forget
This
the
whole
kids down the
concept.
bottom. They're from Warworld. They were.
Yeah, who are these kids?
Yeah, descendant.
Who the fuck are these
basically.
kids?
Yeah. What do I feel about this? Like the suits?
I think
No,
the
just
suits
like the
look
concept
great.
of sharing, like Superman, Spider-Man. They were pretty unique, right? Clark Kent is Superman.
Yeah.
He's very unique. But now, do you think it's diluting it a bit by having multiple characters share his powers, share his name, share his logo? Like, what do you think,
You want to go first, Rob? What's your thoughts? I know you got thoughts on this.
Rob? Yes.
I'm kind of torn. I love the concept. I love the characters. Like I'm a huge Superboy and Supergirl fan. And Signal and all that type of stuff. So I do love the idea of it. But yeah, I do think that it does dilute, that figure like Superman and Batman now that you have more figures. But you like Nightwing works, like he's his own entity.
He's very
Yeah.
unique, though. He doesn't have a
Red
bat
Hood,
symbol.
he's his own entity.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. Like I mean, these designs look phenomenal. And Supergirl looks incredibly awesome with that costume. I personally like it. I think it's modern.
No, to each their own.
And I like. No, granted, I love the Matrix that we talked about. The Matrix Supergirl, like that costume is still
Best
the
design.
best.
Yeah.
The best.
I
design
still got to
ever.
give it to Michael Turner's Supergirl costume personally, but that's a close.
That's
That
my
one's
second
great
favorite.
too. Yeah, that is my second favorite. As well.
That's just the old classic with the belly exposed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But I like that one too. But she's
what do you
16, so so how I feel about these, I mean, obviously, I'm glad they kept Superman looking more or less classic, and they actually don't have the wrist. Like
they're pointless. Just take them off.
Yeah, so they took those off bracers, as I guess I was going to say. I like Kong Keenan's look. I wish he had a cape. I'm disappointed in the lack of capes here. Kong Keenan with a red cape would be perfect. That's perfect for me. I would that'd like because each character ideally should kind of carve out their own sort of look the farther away they get from Soups, right?
Yeah.
Kong Keenan is like complete opposite end, right? For Soups. So I think he looks fantastic. And I feel like somehow it kind of looks culturally relevant, right? To a Chinese Superman, right? The suit almost looks like something you would have seen that's like modern but ancient, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Now, Brad, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know he probably hasn't been part of our the newer age ever since probably before Flashpoint, but what about Mon-El? Is he still like hanging around?
Mon-El is not as prominent. Like he's
Because he had that.
Mon-El is in Legion. He's in the Legion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but remember when he was in the
Mon-El's not
Superman
in
titles
Legion.
for a while?
Well, he took over for Clark in Metropolis when Clark went off and lived amongst his people with Zod.
Right.
So yeah, but no, he's not really that prominent currently right now. I would have liked to see John Kent's uniform have blue, because John Kent is Superman's son. So I don't care. They can keep the red, like with the collar and the fact that the emblem just blends into the red of his suit, no problem. I would have liked to see at the very least the black that is on the upper torso blue, right? And a cape. He needs a cape.
So does he have the power? Like, I thought
they're changing it up a little bit. Like, I don't know where the story's going.
At times, he's arguably more powerful than Superman. Not now, since Superman.
But like, it looks like
he's super powerful.
Yeah, he looks like he might become the electric Superman, possibly.
Well, that'll be a temporary thing, though.
Yeah,
that'll be a temporary thing that they do. But yes, he will be, and I think that's fun.
And I think that I feel could definitely work within the family. Like, it's different, but yet it's still Superman, and it pays homage to, like, the past.
He won't stay that way. It's always important to remember that they will return basically to the status quo. Always, right?
But yeah, I mean, his costume looks fun, freaking awesome.
I mean, I love the costumes. Like, the designs are great.
Needs a cape, though. I don't like Supergirls. Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate it.
I do.
I hate it.
I want to see.
Why all the black? Why are they trying to make these people? Only one that's supposed to wear black is Khan, and they got Kara in black. Kara doesn't wear black. She does now, apparently, but
it looks like it almost looks like a dark blue.
Nah, that's the light. It's black. It's a black and red and yellow for the top and blue for the bottom. I would have rather seen her somehow in more blue. That's all.
I do feel like it's diluting this though a little bit, like the uniqueness of Superman.
Yeah,
having like, dude, it's like I feel like he's going the same path of Batman, where you have Tim Drake, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, Damian Wayne, and like they're all at the same age basically of the Nightwing. Like, even Tim Drake, they've de-aged him so much. Like, he grew into Red Robin. Now he's back to the same age as he was like when he first appeared. And it's like,
welcome to comics.
I know. I just like I'm not a fan of it. Like,
you guys aren't a fan of the family. Like, so okay. Here's my argument.
It feels like very corporate. Let's expand the franchise, like cash in on Superman and make other Superman. I don't know.
Is it though? Like, okay, here's how I see it.
Yeah.
I once had a conversation with a fella in a comic shop about 15 years ago, and he's like, "Oh, the worst thing they ever did to Superman was they married him off. He got married," and I was like, domesticating Superman was the smartest thing they ever did. They flirted with it for years. Superman, out of any superhero, is the one hero that domestication absolutely suits, because his whole thing is that he's Kryptonian, and he's also completely human. Like, he's been raised 100% human. He's only Kryptonian in birth and genealogical heritage, but he was not raised on Krypton with any Kryptonian sensibilities. So he's very, very much human. And some people have argued he's more human than even Batman and the other characters are. And so for him to be domesticated, right, have a wife and then have kids or whatever, totally makes sense. It's like, I want to see the world's greatest superhero, who is supposed to be, the number one, right? Before Batman, let's face it, Superman was the first DC Marvel, or whatever you want to say, right? Like, wow. So for his family to get bigger, it makes sense. It's an extension, a natural extension for him to have more people he's caring for and loving. And whereas Batman, it's like, to me, as much as I love the Batman family, and I do love the Batman family, I'm a sucker for it. I'm like, okay, it doesn't really make sense
for the someone to have
so much childhood trauma that they took up the mantle of the Bat to fight crime, and they're always on the edge of insanity themselves. Would also have a gigantic family of people that he also loves. As much as I love the Bat family, I'm just saying it fits Clark better. That's all I'm saying. In my opinion, it fits Clark better. So I love it. And those two kids from Warworld, I think it's fantastic. We have a brother and sister now that are like kids that have to like learn how to like. I love it. 100%.
Well, we will see how this shakes out in the coming months. Brad, I appreciate that analysis, and I do concur with you there. Guys, we have to wrap this up soon, so we're finally going to get to some comments from the chat. We're 104 strong, boys. 104 viewers right now.
Thank you.
Which is phenomenal,
thank you for
guys.
coming and listening.
Thank you for coming. Exactly. Watching, mostly laughing, maybe a little crying. You
Tell your
know,
friends. Invite them.
right there.
Come watch. For next time.
Rob,
Hold on. Honor Guard BC.
please.
Not a fan. Belongs in Elseworlds. Like I totally respect your point of view as well, right? We all have our own point of view.
Yeah.
But not really the last son of Krypton with all those other Kryptonians. But you see, the thing is, he kind of is Krypton's last son. I mean, as long as there's a Zod, he's not Krypton's last son, right? Because Zod's also around. Kara doesn't really count because she's Krypton's last daughter, technically. All these other people, they're not really sons of Krypton because they weren't born on Krypton. They didn't come from Krypton. So
He was technically the last son because he was born like literally right before the planet blew up.
Right. And so for me, Clark is like the ultimate dad. He's like, I see him as like a dad character more than just like, so for me, for Clark to be trying to care for all of these people is like, I love watching him love all these people.
It's very in character. Yeah. Him being a father and a husband, I think absolutely works.
Yeah. I love watching that dynamic. So for me personally, I feel like it works really well.
Now, the artist Shark, it's his birthday today. He wants to sing the 66 Batgirl theme song.
I don't
Do you
even
mean
know
the
it.
Batman theme song? The na 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 Batman theme song? Is that the one? Brad, get out the guitar. Yes, yes, yes. Hell yeah!
There you go.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, Batman. Oh, that was dude.
That's
Look at
awesome.
that, dude. Yeah, where else are you gonna see that, friends? Jesus. By the way, my daughter, my 4-year-old, told me yesterday, "Jesus Christ, Daddy," because I say Jesus Christ a lot, apparently. So that was great.
My kids say Jesus Murphy.
I mean, that's better than Jesus Christ. And she's 4. She goes to monasteries. I'm like,
yeah. Who's
anyways.
Jesus Murphy? That's the other Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna try to use Jesus Murphy from now on. All right, guys. Darth Gutierrez, will you gents be able to stream more often? I mean, honestly, guys, sometimes I struggle to do this every 2 weeks with our schedules and the BS. But Darth, thank you for your support.
Yeah.
We would like to. We'll see if we could do. Problem is, we always seem to go on more than an hour. We're about 2-hour mark is our average, and I don't think we're very good at like keeping things succinct, like just coming on for like a quick one topic show. Doesn't seem like it's our vibe, but
so we do like every 2 weeks. So
every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll try to do more.
Hey, thank you. I screwed up 3 times, so I appreciate you not noticing.
Look, Jose's trying to hold us accountable. Brad, how's it going with your training and anxiety? Keep us up to date. We care. Look at that, dude.
I'm going to a counselor. So that's good. Yeah. I don't know how much it's helping at this point, but I'm talking to someone who's a professional. I feel like we both walk out of there just as excited about each other, which is fun. But yeah, counseling. What was the training? Like the fitness training? If you're
losing some weight, we were supposed to lose some weight.
Well, I went to the gym for the first time yesterday. I wasn't able to before because like I have really bad knees. Like they're horrible. Like you saw me hobbling to get the figures because my knees are horrible. Sometimes they're great. Other times they just keep hurting. And I've been having this weird pain in my arm. So getting to the gym was challenging. But yeah, I went for the first time last night in a while and did the elliptical, did 15 minutes, kicked my own ass on the elliptical. It was good.
Dude, cheers to you, sir. Well done, dude.
I wish I had a drink left, but I've finished the whole bottle.
It's okay. You did.
I'm 330 pounds. Trust me, that's like nothing to my body weight.
Look more love. Oh wait, no, that one.
Currently reading Superman.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're getting help. You're awesome. We love you. A theme shared. Dude, these 97 people on here, Brad, mostly your audience.
No,
Rob and I don't have an audience.
Don't say that. And
so, come on, dude.
That watches my channel, I do want to say that I'm definitely like, as far as the comment sections go, I don't get to them. It's not that I don't care what people have to say. It's like I do read them sometimes, but it's for one, I'm just really busy getting the content out there, and then 2, that for some reason I've just developed this like ridiculous anxiety around it. And I know that like how you beat anxiety is like for me anyway, is I face it and I look right at it.
Exposure, yeah.
You know, sometimes it's challenging because most people that comment in the videos are really great, but occasionally I get someone that's such a not nice person.
Delete and move on, my
I
friend.
caught that there, eh? Not nice person that I'm just like, and I already deal with all kinds of stuff that I just like, I don't need to deal with people giving me crap for stuff when I've already got enough crap in my
bro. Trust me, I know we all focus on the negative comments. Even Rob and I have them on our Instagram pages. How
do you guys get negative comments?
Dude, all the time, bro. Like, or there's shitty comments, or little racist comments, or just douchey comments.
You get racist comments? What?
Oh, sure, dude.
Oh my god.
From time to time.
Like, I wouldn't even mention about the Eradicator figure. Some of the racist comments I deleted.
No.
Yeah. And then just people criticizing my opinion. Guys, you can criticize the figure, but saying my opinion sucks, immediate delete. Because that's my opinion. That is you can't criticize my opinion.
I'm still stuck on the racist remarks. Like,
oh yeah,
they just made his face it's actually not supposed to be black. It's really supposed to be like a dark gray.
Yeah,
dark gray.
But
right, and I might comment on the video. But wow, the racism. Brad, is Frankenstein body as hard plastic as the Mongol figure? No, he comes with like a tunic, like the red and yellow. It's like a rubber tunic.
Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's so true.
Yeah. Brad, my DC Figures is asking, let me know where I can send the Vamps Bat figure. My DC Figures, reach out to Brad on his Instagram. I think you can reach him through there.
Instagram is the easiest place to get a hold of me because I get the least amount of comments. That's the other thing. I get so many comments, it's hard to keep up with them all because I'm really good at tagging. So my videos, a lot of them tend to be like more evergreen. So I get comments on stuff that I've uploaded 2.5 years ago still. So yeah, if your easiest chance to get a hold of me will be through Instagram.
But you care though, dude. You care about everyone who watches, and we know you appreciate them.
We need more context on fuck them.
Oh, that's what we're talking about, the people who leave shitty comments.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, delete.
I'm currently reading Superman Earth 1. What are your thoughts? I love that storyline. In fact, Batman Earth 1 was good and all that. And I thought that they were trying to build like an ultimate universe with that, but it never really went anywhere.
I
liked it when Shane Davis did the art.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that the iconic art for Earth 1?
Yeah, basically the first volume, first and second volume after that. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Darth. Just thanking Darth. Sorry, go on. I'm trying not to interject, but I want Darth to know that I saw his comment.
What's your take on Earth 1, Brad?
I'm one of those guys that hasn't read enough of it. It came out at a time. I believe the first one came out. When did the first one come out?
Gosh,
okay,
10
Google.
years ago now.
When did the first DC Comics Earth 1 Superman come out?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
That's not accurate. They're saying.
Were you not supposed to do that because it fucks up everyone who's watching? They're.
I used to do it in my videos all the time.
At least you didn't do Alexa, command. I probably shouldn't have said that, but
hey, Google.
Someone had a comment about the Playmobil Bird of Prey. I can't find your comment, but I have not gotten it yet.
No, never. There
it is. Oh, dude, Honor Guard. I don't have room, bro. Look at the shed.
Bird of Prey.
Look, I have nowhere to put it.
Oh, that's the what is that?
That's from Star Trek, the Bird of Prey.
Looks like someone sat on their face and their face melted to the shape of their butt crack. I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do, but it's a beautiful ship. How dare you? How dare
you? No, the people. What are the people called?
The Klingons?
The Klingons! Oh, they even have a name like that.
You sound like my wife right now, bro. One Halloween, she was like, hey, do you want to dress up like a Star Trek for Halloween? I'm like, what does that mean?
A Star Trek.
A Star Trek. Bless her heart. She knows I love Star Trek. She hates it. But that was and one time she said hey babe, I heard Leroy Nimby died. I'm like, Leroy Nimby? Who the fuck? You mean Leonard Nimoy? Yeah. Yeah, she called him Leroy Nimby. I'm like, this. Oh god. Oh, and even worse. She's like, Babe, when's Batman versus Spider-Man? I'm like, I walked out. I just cannot. With this.
It's a better conversation than what I have with my wife sometimes.
Dude, like, listen, I don't ask for much. Just know
Leroy Nimby.
Star Trek, Star Wars, the differences.
Yeah.
Leroy Nimby.
Stop it.
I wish I had a friend named Leroy Nimby. He sounds cool.
That sounds like it sounds like Leonard Nimoy was in. You ever see that episode of Red Dwarf? You guys know Red Dwarf?
No.
Okay, Red Dwarf. Very quick brief. Okay, 4 bachelors traveling around space in a mining ship where everyone's dead.
Oh,
The ship has a
I think I
computer
did see that.
something.
Yeah, that sounds
Right?
familiar now.
Okay, well, there's an episode where they find out that their whole time on the ship has been a simulation.
Oh,
And
shit.
Cat, who is like, ow! He's just like Devanir Cat, right? Cat, part cat, part man. They all find out that they were just in a computer simulation, right? They take their VR helmets off, and the cat, who is this like suave Devanir Cat, has these big ass buck teeth, and his name is Dwayne Dibley. Dwayne
Dibley.
Dwayne
That's-
Dibley.
Oh, man.
I feel like, what was the name you said?
Leroy Nimby.
I feel like Leroy Nimby is like right. Spock would take the headset off and be like,
Yeah.
Leroy Nimby. My name is Leroy Nimby. I feel like that's the same thing. Oh my god.
All right, this is going to be our last comment for the night.
Screw you
guys.
for trying to kill me. Suffocation.
VLR. But I generally love you guys and appreciate all you do, sitting here playing with figures and listening and sharing a drink with you guys as a perfect evening. Thank you so much, guys. All right, guys. With
Thank you.
that,
Welcome.
cheers, my friends. Happy 2023. Good luck to everyone with their goals and dreams and aspirations of whatever and collecting action figures. May your pre-orders not get canceled. And
Yes.
let's pray for less Walmart exclusives this year. So I
And then
will-
Batman comes out from Mezco. 89
Yeah.
Batman.
That's aiming high, Brad.
Sure.
Aiming high. Gents, any parting words for the group?
Right.
Yeah. I just want that Mezco friggin' Batman to come out. I need him.
There you go.
I need him big time. But
Let's-
keep collecting, everybody.
Keep collecting.
The-
It's Rob D
yeah.
Toys. I mean,
The
the toy
whatchamacallit-
industry is on our shoulders right now, guys. So
You will know that's
Yeah,
what I was gonna say. What is it? Like they
Yeah.
discovered like a quarter of like the entire toy industry is by grown-ups.
Yeah.
So keep collecting, because what that'll do is that tells everyone that is making toys that our generation's stuff is what they need to keep making, and that's why we're going to keep
Right,
seeing Silverhawks, Thundercats, Turtles, Batman. Yep.
all the good stuff. Rob,
Yeah.
It's out.
Just what Brad said. I mean, we need to have the. I mean, we don't need it, but we need it.
yeah,
You know, it's in our veins. We grew
We
up
don't
with it,
need
so
it, but we kind of need it.
we need it. It's like an addiction. Yeah, it is. But no, we love you guys. Thank you for spending time with us. We have so much fun here. Yeah, we need to have our our pop culture supported. So
Mhm.
go out there, purchase, read.
Preserved and
Buy.
rebirthed.
And I like
Yeah.
this last one. Be careful not to choke on your aspirations. I like that.
There you
better.
go.
I like that. It's dark, and I appreciate that. All right, guys. Cheers to Leroy Nimby, and good luck. Take care.